Know Me Yet Podcast Network.
Hey, you are tuned in to Two Gems and a Mic with hosts Tanisha the Diva Mahomes and Linda L.D. Dorsey. Just know, if we talking about it, you need to hear about it. Unwind and enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Two Gems and a Mic. I'm your girl LD, along with my girl the Diva. What's up, Tanisha?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. How's your weekend?
I had a pretty good weekend. Got the kiddo and everything. It's getting close to the holidays. At that point where I start shopping for Christmas. Pretty good one. What about you?
Oh, pretty good. It was quiet. Did some volunteer work.
Oh,
We do that annually, so did a little volunteer work. The DC, help feed the homeless. We were not actually feeding, but we setting up boxes, loading stuff for them, and everything like that. So not a bad. Anytime you can give or help out, it's a good weekend.
absolutely.
So it was a good
Absolutely.
weekend. I ain't gonna say it was a great weekend for everybody in football.
It was for them boys.
We gonna talk about the boys. We gonna talk about some other stuff. It was some crazy games. Some games were boring as I don't know what until the last few minutes. And the game took off. And then we're gonna talk about them boys, and I gotta talk about the Giants and everything that's going on because we weren't on last week. We took a little break last week. But what's going on there is absolutely insane. And every time I watch a Philadelphia game, I just want to cry. I'm happy, but I'm sad at the same time. So let's start off with Thursday night because that game was crazy with the snow. So we had Cleveland and we had Pittsburgh. Great game. Great snow game. You know what I'm saying? First starts, the grass is green, and then all of a sudden everything is white. And
yes,
it's crazy. And your boy, he pulled that off.
You know it. Did he give praises to the old man, the man up above?
Yeah.
Did he? Did Jameis do it?
I can't think of anybody that I've ever met personally. I'm sure there are that people that don't like him.
Listen, that dude keep a smile on his face.
He realizes it. He realized just to be playing
it's a gift.
It's a gift. Or to
and
be
a blessing.
Let me just say this: to be on a roster is a blessing. To play is to be on a roster is a gift. To play is a true blessing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I applaud him, and he's going to give you everything that he has. It was such a great game. It was an exciting game. I think folks were surprised that the Browns did win.
Well, I
you
know how I feel about when you have a quarterback that will go all out on any given Sunday with no regards to the fact that he might get me benched. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I love Jameis like that. I've always been a huge fan of him. I'm a firm believer. If you're gonna make it to a certain level, you got to have that something about you. And I've always said Jameis has it. Sometimes it works against him. Sometimes it works against. But he has what it takes. So that's not as surprising to me. I personally thought that they were going to win the game. I said James has a chance of 50-50 as far as I'm concerned. And I know what the Steelers have been doing.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody, that's hard to keep that up. I felt like they were kind of just due for a loss. You know what I mean? They had a record. Russ hadn't lost. You know what I mean? It was time. And with a team that has nothing to lose, you see what they did to
what's pride when it comes into that division? That's pride. So there's a lot to lose there. But I can't say that I was with you on that one. I was going with Pittsburgh because they've been playing good, and it just seems like they're getting better and better. They're gelling better and better, more and more. That weather, of course, has some impact. I don't know if things would have been different had the weather not been the way it was.
It's cold in both
sides. Both sides made mistakes. So I mean, it was a good game. It was a good game.
Mhm.
Hats off to him. I don't think it diminishes anything that Mike Tomlin is over there doing with Pittsburgh.
How
Pittsburgh is
could it?
definitely a team to watch. Definitely a team to
Absolutely.
watch. But that
I've
was a
had
good
a lot
game.
of people say that they think that they got a good chance to be in the Super Bowl. I keep hearing that, and I'm like, that's a little soon for me.
Yeah,
That's a little soon for
I'm not Super Bowl yet. I'm upsetting somebody in the playoffs, but I'm not Super Bowl yet.
I'm with you on that one. I
Yeah,
can definitely see him after sending somebody home that you didn't think was going home. But I'm not there with the Super Bowl. I'm with
I'm
you on
not. I'm not with the Super Bowl.
not at all.
We're gonna hit some of these quick ones. Like the Lions just doing what the Lions do.
That's what I'm gonna say. We can just skip over them. They just whooping
I
folks.
I feel like we couldn't skip over, but I want to skip over because they deserve
Right,
their
because they
props.
deserve their props,
They
right? You
deserve their
fair.
props.
That's
Let's
fair.
just go
Especially
ahead
you know how
and
much I love golf. So
right, and here it is. Even on these sports shows that I'm watching or whatever, I mean, people bring them up because they're like, "Oh yeah, the Lions got team," but it's like they're not. They don't even know what to dig into with the Lions. You know, they want to find something, and
hmm
I don't know what you find with them except for goodness.
and I mean they have bought in. That whole team is on board and they believe, and it's hard when you get a whole 53 group like that and they out there willing to do anything.
Or
Come
they're
on.
gonna run through a wall. You, and this is no disrespect to either of these guys, but you kind of forget Hutchinson ain't playing and
Mhm.
Anzalone ain't playing because they're playing so well. So
Yeah.
they truly
Well, they went
believe in
out and
that
got
next man up.
somebody too. They
Yeah,
went
they
out
did
and
go
got
get
somebody.
somebody, but you ain't get Hutchinson because
No,
there is no other Hutchinson to get.
no.
So for them to step up, because I mean they were saying it's a possibility of him being back, but yeah, I don't
Nah,
know.
nah.
Yeah,
They did what they needed to do. They
yeah,
went and got
possible.
them.
I mean,
They got
everything's
exactly
possible.
what they needed.
But
Like you couldn't have planned it better.
yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, if he did come back, if they made it to the Super Bowl, I would love for him to be able to suit up if he only took one snap. You know, just to say I played in the Super Bowl. You know, one of those things.
hmm
But you know, I'm sure if they play like if they continue to play like they're playing and continue to
hmm
gel and grow down the years, they will be there again. If they make it,
Absolutely.
if they make it, I've already put them in the Super Bowl. But if they make it to the Super Bowl.
Oh, you say you have put them in the Super Bowl, or
I'm
you?
putting them there. I'm putting them as the best team in the NFL right now.
Oh, okay, all
But
right.
we can
It's
talk
hard
about
to
that.
deny that. It's hard
Yeah,
to it's
yeah,
hard to even, disagree with that.
yeah. We can hit that a little later. But yeah, I do. I mean, and they beat the Colts. I don't know. The Colts kind of I think threw themselves off. You wanted to punish old boy and teach him a lesson and do all that, and you taught yourself a lesson sitting him for 2 games.
Yeah,
I think them 2 games that
they
hurt
hurt
him
you.
with a
They
rhythm.
hurt.
So I
Yeah.
think those 2 games hurt, and those are 2 games that they could have won. And now you throw him back out there, so everybody will look at him. He's the reason we're not winning, and that's not the case. So he made
Nah,
some
nah,
coaching
we're not even
decisions.
doing that. And if they don't watch out, they're gonna mess around and mess around and fumble how they're handling that. And that kid's gonna want to get up out of there, and then he's gonna go somewhere and be successful because he got all the talent in the world.
Yeah,
Somebody just need to just get him.
we just need the right coach.
Yeah, that's it. So
You know how these teams are.
you
You just
might
need,
want to chill out, coach,
yeah, you just need the
because
right coach.
he got everything. He got the talent. So calm down. The guy is what 2 years in. The first year he got hurt.
Yeah,
So
and he was looking good then.
he
So I
was.
mean, I think he can. Yeah, you get him right. He can
He's
do
only
some
played a
things.
few actual NFL games, and
Right.
y'all pitched him for principle and all this stuff. And like I said, you could have talked to him crazy in the locker room, find him within the team, had something else, but to embarrass him on the
Or
big,
teach him. You teach.
yeah,
It's a teachable moment. Teach him. Teach him. Talk to him like a man. But you know, yeah. I
just
don't
let
know.
him know
Feel like
that's
your
just
show
not acceptable at this level.
right. And he knew it. He knew it as soon as he said it. He
So he knew it.
apologized. He knew it as
You,
soon as he said it.
you know
So
they
it's
say
like one of those things. Like,
they was like he was like you done messed up, don't
yeah, he
you? He
knew it.
knew. He knew.
He knew it. All right, let's jump a game that surprised me because of the low scoring and the play of it was Seattle and Arizona. That was not. I expected
Okay,
more. I
from
mean, it was
Arizona.
16-6. Yeah, Seattle pulled it off 16-6. Not saying that they shouldn't have won the game. I expected more of Arizona,
So
and I just never got it.
I thought Arizona was going to win the game,
As did
but
I.
for some reason I just never count out Seattle. I never count them out, but I didn't think they were going to win that game. I thought that the Arizona was going to win the game. So once again, not counting them out, they'll go in there and mess your day up quick. They really will. And they just did it. Arizona they just didn't have enough.
They just didn't show up. I mean, because Seattle did it last week with the 49ers.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. They'll go in there and mess up your day quick. You cannot count them out.
No, you can't. You can't. So he could come in there. I say they could come in there and mess up somebody's season. We on the 49ers. Let's talk about that whooping that they took, which we kind of expected because wasn't nobody healthy, right? From 38-10. But let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
I see Josh, your boy, sitting on the bench, and then we got Allen who's playing. Yeah, Josh. I can't think
Dobbs.
Yeah. He's sitting on the bench and you're playing Allen, and Allen is looking horrible. But for some reason, somebody thinks Allen is better than
Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs, given what we've seen last year.
So
it's like they talk about Shanahan and what a great coach he is, and he's a genius. He's that, and I always where I flash back to.
I know Atlanta.
Thank you,
Atlanta. I know you do. I'm right there with you.
Atlanta and your last 2 Super Bowls. You're a genius.
Yeah. So I talked to my father about this. I like the resident expert. I like and I told Dad, I said, I don't get it. I said they fire coaches left and right when you can't win the big game. He has never won it. Atlanta, no.
He had 3 opportunities.
Chiefs, no. Chiefs, no. Now, my dad said you got to keep in mind.
He had 2 of them. He had 2 of them in his. One of them was in his front pocket, deep down there. One was in the back pocket, hanging out a little bit.
So this is the one thing that I will say about that. Everybody always say you go with the one that brought you, right? You stick with the game plan or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
When dealing with the Chiefs, and I would even say with the Patriots, which is one of those teams that will have you overthinking a process. And that's exactly what happened all 3 times. He had the right plan and then deviated from it, overcorrecting something that didn't need to be corrected.
No, they outthink themselves. Because you ain't outthinking nobody else. Because the only thing that in the first game, Atlanta game, why is he in the shotgun? Take the snap. You got a kicker. Take the snap. You don't get no yards or whatever, or your position so your kicker can kick the ball. Game over.
I'm just gonna say this. To me, there seems to be some sort of coddling of Purdy. I don't know this to be true, but what'd you get rid of Sam Darnold for?
Trey Lance.
What'd you get rid of Trey Lance for? Why is Dobbs the 3rd string when he just waltzed up into Minnesota and helped? Like, I don't understand that logic.
And so where did Allen come from?
A&M. You dropped?
No, you hit a button. We still recording.
I didn't hit anything.
Something must have happened. Keep going. We recording.
So I don't understand how the mind works over there.
I don't either. But now he's really struggling, and it's really showing because you don't have all your players. They're not, and some are playing and they're not healthy.
So I'm gonna say this. There's sometimes you'll have a player, and this is my personal opinion, and you don't want that player because they're fragile. They're a little bit sensitive, a little bit tender. You don't want them to have to feel like there's any competition, there's any doubt that they're going to be that person because they play better when they know that they're the person. I kind of felt like when they got rid of Sam Darnold, I was like, everybody was saying Darnold was playing well. I'm in the comments and stuff for the 49ers fans, and they're saying Darnold's playing well. And then they just up and get rid of him. And I feel like that's kind of like, hey, Purdy, you are our guy. You are a guy. Don't worry about this other guy that's playing real good behind you. That's making you nervous. Let's remove that threat away so that you know that you're the guy.
And that could be it.
And I kind of feel like that's what's going on.
It could be that, or it could be money. You ain't paying Purdy for a minute.
But you
Purdy
ain't
making under $1 million.
It can't be money. It's Josh Dobbs, Sam Darnold at the time, and freaking Brandon Allen.
But here's the thing. I do believe Purdy proved himself. Purdy got him to a Super Bowl last year. He may have made it to a Super Bowl the year before had he not got hurt. So the guy is playing well. So I'm not.
No. I'm not saying he shouldn't be the guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why do you keep kicking off anybody that look like they? I'm not saying Purdy should absolutely be the starter. But why the hell don't you want a real backup?
Maybe he feels like that's what he has.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't understand. I'm not agreeing with him because I don't agree with a lot of what he does, but maybe that's what he feels. But I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on them because they lost. So let's talk about the Green Bay Packers, who were looking good.
Well, hell yeah, they were looking good because they weren't playing no damn body.
Well, they've been looking good playing people too.
Dude, Ward was out. Bosa out. Williams. Hell, you went okay.
Okay, but we're gonna dismiss that whole record.
No, I'm saying that's why you look good. That's why you look good on that day.
Right.
With nobody to play on.
Okay, so we're talking about who's looking good, who ain't looking good. Let's talk about the Chiefs and let's talk about Carolina. They're all NFL football teams. So you put the products out on the field.
Bryce Young is looking better to me. Okay. He is
is Bryce Young looking? Last week they played against the Giants. I don't even count that. We'll talk about that later. Is Bryce Young looking better, or has the Chiefs defense been looking suspect?
Well, the Chiefs defense for the last 2 weeks hasn't been playing up to the level that they were playing in the previous weeks.
Okay.
As I said before, it's hard to play great every week. So they played great for 8 straight weeks.
Yeah.
So that little drop off, I ain't mad.
Oh no, I'm not, and I'm not gonna get. That's what I say. Any given Sunday, you could have a good game or a bad game, but I think for the most part, Green Bay has been consistent. I think the Chiefs have been consistent in a sense where they've been lucky in winning. As was stated, we need to start blowing people out because they could do a lot better. Well, we're saying that Bryce Young is playing better. I don't know if Bryce Young is playing better or some of the team. I'm not going to measure anybody against the New York Giants as saying they're playing better.
I think he's playing better. I think he's getting better.
I'm not completely sold on him yet.
Okay.
I'm not completely sold on him yet. I like him, all that, but I'm not completely sold on him yet. You put him up against a team that's coming with. If the Chiefs defense was playing the way they play, I don't know if Bryce is having that day.
Yeah, if they playing like they were for the first 8 weeks,
exactly. He's not having that kind of day. That's a blowout, and we thought that. You discussed that before the game.
But once again, the Chiefs seems to get everybody's best, and I'll continue to say that. You there seems to be some up, and I'm sure Detroit feels the same way now.
Yeah,
they probably getting everybody best. They just mud stumping them right now.
Yeah, because they're killing. Yeah, they're killing people. Yeah, they definitely are. They're killing people. Chiefs. That in my eyes, I ain't gonna count them out, but right now I don't know. There's some other teams that's playing a little better than them. I mean, the Bills game, I never count that game because the Bills beat them every year during the regular season. It don't matter to the playoffs, but you got people coming back. I want to see when those people return from the Chiefs.
That's why I'm not as worried.
Yeah,
because when Pacheco and what's a Minihue or however you say his name come back, stuff gonna look different.
Yeah.
So
and it's still clicking because
I would love to see that Pacheco punch 1-2 punch.
And Watson, Watson's been playing good. We still haven't seen what Kelsey's doing, and maybe he's resting him. Play him a little bit. He's a decoy.
Well, we know how Kelsey in that playoff.
Yeah, D-Hop, they're clicking. So. But that defense, there were some things that McDuffie that was doing that was uncharacteristic of him. So
yeah, because McDuffie not that dude. Like McDuffie, normally he stay on lock, but he may be trying to overcompensate a lot now because, mind you, it's not the same group. Excuse me, it's not the same group that we had already let the other guy go, and now we lost another one in the middle of this, but 3 games ago or whatever. So it's not the same cornerback group. It's not. So we'll have to see how they maybe just a little bit of adjustment time on it. Maybe that's what they're going through right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I feel like they're by what we got. How many more games left? What we had? We on 12.
They're 11.
Six,
they got 11 games now. They got six more.
Seven more. They'll figure it out. They'll figure out by that time.
Oh, I'm sure they will. We were talking about the other night though. He's like, you got to figure it out because you don't want to get into playoffs trying to figure it out because that's one and done.
You damn sure don't want to wait.
Yep. So the Patriots and the Dolphins.
Dude, the Dolphins. So how crazy is it? What I don't know the division. I know the Bills are killing that division.
Yeah, but it was 34. Excuse me. It was 34-15. You playing the Patriots. So are we impressed or like you said, any given Sunday? What's your take there?
I mean, the Patriots have messed up a couple of Patriots have won more or 3-9. I think 3-9, but I think the three teams that they have beat have been teams that they shouldn't have beat. So right. I'm not sure that you can just say that they suck. They just not there yet.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say no team in the NFL.
They're rebuilding right
I'm talking about the Giants.
They really don't have anything. Drake May is out there. We had Jacoby. I mean, it's just a cluster there. But what I feel like the Miami Dolphins can be is a playoff team that could be in the running. If they get on the streak right now and really go right now, it'd be maybe 12-6 or whatever it is. 12-6. Hell, they could be trouble.
I agree. They could be a problem. They've got the speedsters, their defense. I mean, they're getting healthy. Mm-hmm. So I think, and they're starting to, kind of smell themselves, right? So
I mean, I think getting out there having fun. 4 TDs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, it was a good game, a good showing for them. I mean, they tried New England tried to put something together at the end there. But there was no coming back from them.
Way too late to be putting stuff together.
I think, Tua looks like he's having a blast. Thank God, he's getting protected. He's doing the right thing. So if they stay, and they're doing this stuff without Hill putting up a whole lot of stats. So that's something to pay attention to also.
Yeah, because that was Waddle. It was Waddle. Or Waddle, hell, I don't know his name. Waddle. He was the one that was dominant, this game. And I mean dominant.
Yeah, he really was. His numbers were
off the chart.
Yeah, they were off the charts. He had a fantastic game. I think what was 144 yards?
Yes, he wasn't playing around. Dude was not playing around.
Another game that kind of surprised me. And like we say and I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it every week, any given Sunday. Was Houston? I don't know what's going on with Stroud. I ain't gonna say that he's completely fallen off, but he got a
dude. It's so crazy because I was listening earlier to one of the radio stations, and they were talking about, is it true that after you have that tape on a rookie, after that first year, and you get a full season of tape on them, that does it truly affect what that production, may be? And all I'm saying is at least Stroud is acknowledging he's not playing the way he's, he knows that he can play. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it's a lot of them mixing things up and confusing them. It's being young because he looked a little confused on a couple of plays, like really confused. Mm-hmm. And I think that he hasn't seen it all yet. You know what I mean? Like, I remember Lil Pat was playing and freaking Belichick was coming up with all kinds of stuff, and you've never seen that kind of stuff. If you get a coach that can really truly mix it up, and confuse a young player, he's still young, and we want him to be great because he had such an amazing season. What, maybe only Cam, maybe as a rookie, had a better one. So you see that, you like, well, if you just live up to this level right here, we'll be great. Now he's fighting to just get to what we saw last season. And that's because there's some tape on him. I really truly believe it's some tape on him. You got to just, now it's his job to go back in there and figure out and watch tape and figure out what they know. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, you got to watch the film of the other team and see what they're doing. Yeah, and I don't think he's falling off. I just think it's a matter of he was so high last year where we didn't
I'm trying to
expect
tell
it.
you.
Now he's kind of there, and it's like that sophomore slump, and then he'll get past that and do a little
Oh, he's
better.
still
But
he
yeah,
a
I
stud
think.
all day long. He'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I like him. His heart is really, really into it. His team has a lot of respect for him, and he was working. He worked some magic with some guys that were missing.
Yeah, he
And they're
did.
all back now. Then they had some plays, like they were called back that they should have been. I mean, of course,
Yeah.
it should have been called back. But if they call that illegal man downfield one more time, I think I'm gonna snatch all my hair out.
Well,
That's the worst call in the NFL.
you can get a little bit of man because you ain't gonna be working with a lot of top. I got a hold this go real high when I pull it out. I'm about to shock y'all in a couple of months with my new hairdo. I'm growing. Yeah. So yeah. But let's change that. Let's talk about your boy over in Denver.
Bo Nix.
Let's talk about him.
Okay, the talk now is he catching Daniels, because Daniels was the runaway for the rookie of the year, but is he catching Daniels? I'm like, yeah, he's playing good football.
Yes, he is.
He's playing solid football. The Broncos the Broncos lost to the Chiefs on a block field goal.
And they get a chance to see if they can win again coming up. I don't think they are. They're gonna be a little late.
I don't either, but he's putting up good numbers.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing smart ball. He doesn't have a lot of interceptions or anything like that. So I liked him in college.
Mm-hmm. You did. That's what I'm saying. College. And I say, your boy, you always said that. You said
I thought
out of that group. You said out of that group, you like Bo.
Mm-hmm. I like Daniels also.
I'm saying you liked him, but you called the Daniels situation. You did.
Yeah, Daniels. But I was like, don't sleep on Knicks. Don't sleep on Knicks. I think so. If we want to, we can go. They beat the Raiders. I mean, it's in their division, so it counts. Beat them.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and like I said, the Raiders is sort of didn't Garner Minshew got jacked up in the game too, and then hell, I don't even know who they got left on the
broken collarbone.
He broke his collarbone. Yeah, I don't even know who they got left on the.
They getting ready to get Daniel Jones.
You think so?
I think that's a possibility of a landing spot for him.
Well, you know what? And guess what? I'm not saying that it wouldn't be a bad one, because
I don't. I'm not saying either.
Jones,
maybe he goes somewhere else, but we're gonna talk about that whole situation.
Jones is an upgrade to anything they have on their roster, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I know,
say Daniel Jones is an upgrade is
like
it's hard for me to say it. Yeah, you got to say it. I can't say it.
I said it. I said it loud. He'll upgrade to anything that they have going on in their roster. It would have been great if he would have maybe had a Devontae Adams and a Jacoby to work with another, but he don't. So he gonna look regular, but he's still an upgrade.
Well, for him to look regular,
he gonna look regular. But like I said,
let's come back to him. Let's come back because I got a whole rant that I need to go on about them. But the Broncos looking good. We had the 49ers. We covered them. Let's talk about the Eagles and the Rams. The Eagles, are the Eagles for real?
Yeah, they for real.
Okay, Eagles for real. As far as if you today,
they are for real. For real.
Okay, today, Eagles Lions. Who you going with?
Lions.
Wasn't a trick question.
Lions.
Okay.
But let me explain to you
Tell me why.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because Saquon, okay, that's a game changer. When you talking about dropping the ball, that's a game changer. Saquon is different, and knowing what Saquon can do to get you to the line, and then that tush push is damn near unstoppable. That's hard. That's gonna be hard on a lot of people. Now, granted, the only reason why I was really thinking is because we got McGibbs and Montgomery. That's that.
Did you say McGibbs?
I said Gibbs and Montgomery. Gibbs and Montgomery. No, I ain't say McGibbs. I did not give him a McDonald's name. No, I did not. Gibbs and McDonald. That to me really froze me. I'm not so much worried about St. Brown. Not to disrespect him, but we got AJ. We got Devontae. You know what I'm saying? We got some.
Devontae, I'm worried about when a hamstring keep coming back up, but I said today.
Yeah.
So the other person is not just St. Brown. You still got them other two receivers. I mean, the other receivers out there. I mean, he back now, right? He got suspended. The young guy from
James
Williams.
Whatever. Yeah, but still, you got and I'm trying to do this. I mean, you got Laporta, but you got Goddard. You got Devontae.
Okay, I know we can talk about matchup.
I'm saying
player,
that's
player.
what I was doing.
You're saying
you said trick question,
right? So, no, it wasn't a trick. You saying you saying Lions? Or you going back to because now you done flip flop back to the Philly?
That's not what I said. I said that's why it was taking me so long because I was going back and forth trying to figure out. But what it boiled down to was Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery because
so the running backs is what got it for you.
Yes, it
you
was
got two versus the one
because of the one. That's what. Yeah, I was going through the whole thing. I was like, Laporta, Goddard. I'm just Goddard. Just went through. I was trying to go through the whole thing.
I'm with the Lions too, and I could be proven wrong. And I'm with them for two reasons: their running backs and their quarterback.
But it's real close.
Well, three reasons. Because Philly looks good. Philly looks really good. Three reasons: the coach, the quarterback, and the running backs. And I say the running backs. Neither one of them are better than Saquon, but Saquon does need a rest every once in a while.
He does.
And I think he's going to work a little harder against that defense. They're going to scheme for him.
And if I took into account that Smith has been banged up all year, if he was 100% healthy, no doubt. Do a toss up.
Might do a toss up.
I might do a toss up, a 50-50 if he was 100% healthy, but he's not.
But the Eagles look good. They look impressive. They look very impressive. But I think the most impressive thing about the Eagles to me is Saquon.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I'm like,
I
pray to God he stays healthy. Like I said, I get happy and sad every time I see him. But he broke a record 255 yards the other night. I mean,
he'd still be running if they let him.
Huh?
He'd still be running on people if they let him.
It's absolutely is fun to watch. It's fun to watch. He's happy. I want whoever's playing be happy wherever you are.
Absolutely.
You ain't with us, it don't matter. The Ravens, and the Chargers. Ravens.
What you gotta say? Say it loud and proud. You right.
The Ravens are for real. The Ravens are for real. The Ravens get in their way and win games. And people say, I saw so many people online saying, no, I can't believe he did it. The fact that man was going for it on fourth down, it was fourth down, and you on your own 16, and you go for it and get it. I was like, yeah, you done told the team.
He's trying to punk his brother.
Do your thing. I didn't even flint. I usually, because Harbaugh, I'm all against Harbaugh.
I know.
I'm all against him. I would call him the biggest fool, and people probably call me the biggest fool for thinking that was a good play. It worked, and he did it again, and it worked.
He was basically trying to let them know we are the more dominant team, and he wanted to stamp it early and prove it, and it worked out for him. That's gonna be bragging rights. Thanksgiving gonna suck.
It did. Now, the Rams, I don't know what to do there.
That's the team that I can't figure out. That is the team to me that has so much talent in the receiver department. And really, the running back
is good.
Hell yeah. He ain't bad at all. And doing more than what he needs to do. And I just can't figure out why that's not coming together, because there have been times, and I can't go back early in the season when they were both healthy, and I was like, ooh wee, that's a problem.
So I'm gonna have a little controversy here. Let me put this out to you. When that man inherited the team, Sean McVay inherited the team. Boy wonder. He the greatest things. He inherited a great team. He inherited a great defense. You had Aaron Donald on that defense, to name a few. You had Von Miller, all that. So it was some stuff he inherited. I saw him go to a Super Bowl before he had all of those pieces, and choke
with Goff, and
wanted to blame it on Goff. So it was Goff's fault. They traded Goff.
Yeah,
to me, you still would
coach.
Right. This is Linda's. This is LD's opinion. You put all that other stuff around Goff. The following year, Goff wins you a Super Bowl. He's not a bad quarterback. He's a good quarterback.
Hell yeah, you're a good quarterback.
The boy wonder now is challenged because you ain't got all of that you had. It just falls into place. You don't have those other coordinators, offensive, defensive coordinators, or whatever you had. So there's a challenge. I think a lot of it has to do with the coaching too. And then they've been injury riddled. They're in a game, out of a game, in the game, out of a game. But they're still a tricky team.
Hell yeah, they tricky. If both of them was if Cup and Puka were really healthy, right? And then you got Robinson.
He's playing lights out. I'd be like, damn, the Chiefs got to be peeking over there every once in a while, saying, damn, we could have held on to him.
Yeah, you could have.
Because he's looking.
But when he was with, I don't know why, he just went through just a little spat where he was dropping balls. I don't know what that was.
Who hasn't?
I don't know what that was, and that's what I'm saying. But but I love DeMarcus Robinson. As a matter of fact, I think the first real pass that my nephew ever threw was to DeMarcus Robinson in the preseason game.
Who hasn't? Drop the ball here or there.
Yeah.
But you give him a chance. The thing is, you got to rebuild that confidence. So you got to go right back to him. And I've seen that a lot of games where somebody messes up, and it's like, I'm going right back to him. I'm watching out for the Ravens because I think they can make some stuff happen. So I'm gonna watch out for them.
They can make stuff happen.
Yeah. I want to let's talk before because we're gonna say the worst for the last. That Commanders, because I was calling the Redskins, that Commanders Cowboys game. It was like at the end of the game, it's like, okay, the Cowboys just said, okay, we're gonna start running it back.
We steal them boys.
No, y'all ain't. You're really not. You won a game.
We steal them boys.
Okay.
Did you see that little video I sent you?
Yeah, he's just as that's what we were talking about the other day with me, you, and Jay. Cowboys fans are delusional. You win a game and y'all are just like, oh yeah, we there now. We them boys.
And what did I argued you and Jay now, and we don't give a damn about what y'all talking about. Y'all say the same thing. The Ravens fans is that way about them damn Ravens. Them Lions is about that way about them. Everybody is their fan. Bills fans, hell.
But they winning. They on the winning side. Y'all are 4-7.
It don't matter. We've won before. Bills never even tasted victory like that.
Y'all are 4-7.
Victory in your mouth, you can't let it go.
What victory?
We won Super Bowls. Don't act dumb.
When was the last time you won a Super Bowl?
It don't matter. We got them.
It does.
I dare you to walk up in there and take a picture.
And
then go to see y'all's house. Okay, then.
What? Go see whose house?
With all them Super Bowl trophies.
We got Super Bowl trophies.
I know you do. Okay. But you ain't got as many as us.
But it don't mean nothing.
Yeah, it does.
None of it means nothing today.
Yes, it does. That's why people hang on. You gonna in these Patriots, like I'll give you a perfect example. These Patriots fans going through pure hell, but they still got their chin up because guess what? Go take a look in they.
No, because they're delusional, just like the Cowboys fans are delusional.
Somebody don't have quite as many.
Huh?
That's coming from people who don't have quite as many.
I think you're delusional. I really do.
I could be, but we still them boys.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Them boys with a 4-7 record.
Yeah, and we still them boys. I remember we were still them boys. We were still them boys when we was 2 and 12. But we was only beating what that's why I say the Redskins. We still them boys.
Right.
Our fan base shouldn't turn down because we struggling.
Oh, I'm not saying y'all should turn down. I'm just saying y'all shouldn't be so delusional. Y'all ain't turn down.
Y'all just kind of like, oh, you still bleed blue though, right?
Absolutely, but I have no expectations of us winning, and I ain't talking about
that's a
them
negative
Giants.
Attitude.
I'm not talking about them Giants. I'm realistic.
A negative attitude.
No, it ain't. It's realistic. I'm realistic.
We believe.
What do you believe?
We believe we got a shot every week.
At what?
Hell, winning. Every week.
What? A game?
Hell, whatever it is.
Everybody got a shot at winning the game.
Well, stop talking about you ain't got no damn expectations in your team. I still got some in mind.
Okay.
To win a couple of games. Win a couple damn games.
Oh, okay.
Every we go out there.
I thought you talking about because people talking about going to the playoffs.
Well, I wasn't talking about going to the playoffs. I'm talking about game by game. Right now, clearly we ain't going to no damn playoffs with our ragged ass record. But still, I still believe when we got in that field, we got a chance to win.
Every team does. I say that every week. Every team has a chance to win any given Sunday. So y'all ain't no different from nobody else. But I get it. I get it. Y'all got to remain delusional. So
we still them boys.
Y'all feel good. You feel? Say it again. Y'all feel good when y'all say it because it's so funny to me. Because wasn't nobody saying nothing last week.
You a lie. We still them. You ask me every week. We still them boys.
Nah, you don't. You like.
Yeah, but we still them boys.
Wasn't talking that trash last week.
We still them boys.
Anyhow, let's talk about the Giants.
Have I mentioned?
All right, y'all still them boys. Y'all still them boys.
Have I mentioned that we still them boys?
Yeah, y'all still them boys. Make sure you say it before we close the show. Y'all still them boys. 4-7. All right, so New York Giants,
Mm-hmm.
right? Should they fire everybody?
Shit, start from scratch.
Okay. You think
Maybe
the coach too?
Maybe Dayball can stay.
Yeah, I mean, Dayball had a team
Dayball is all
when
right
you
with
had
me.
Saquon and you had some good pieces, Slayton and everybody that was doing their thing, and you had a winning record. You went to the playoffs and you won a playoff game.
Well,
So then you decide to blow the team up. So Daniel Jones was as a Giant 3-13 since signing that contract.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yes, he did get hurt last year.
Mm-hmm.
So out of 16 games, he won 3.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Making $40 million a year.
Mm-hmm. That's the only reason why I said, because if I'm Dayball, I would have done whatever I need to do to act the fool to keep Saquon. But maybe it's
But
not.
if you
Maybe he can't. Maybe he didn't have that power.
I don't think he had that power, because if you notice in all those videos and Hard Knocks that you see, Dayball ain't in those rooms. He's not sitting on the couch with all them other people that are making the decisions, telling Joe to keep him, figure out how to keep him. The owner is saying, I don't want to see him playing for Philly. I don't this, I don't that. And that's what happens. And then the first person you get rid of he had to go. Daniel Jones, he had to go. Is he the only problem? No. I'm going to tell you what I think my 3 problems are. My 3 problems are, you didn't sign, number 1, you didn't sign Saquon. No, let me back up, because I think the signing of you gave Daniel Jones $160 million contract. That's wrong.
Yes, you did.
You didn't sign Saquon, right?
You didn't.
And then you let Saquon go. You let this guy play. He playing, looking horrible. You let Tyrod Taylor pack up his locker, and go down the hall to the Jets, right? You go get Drew Lock, and you think DeVito is going to do what? DeVito is a gimmick guy. Everybody likes him. As I saw Baker Mayfield making fun of him. Everybody likes him. You could like him. You ain't winning no game. It's an embarrassment.
Make a funny hell.
And when you have a coach, owner that says to you, I own the team. I say to you, Tanisha, okay, do what you got to do. I do not want to see him in Philly. He's our most popular player. He's our best player. Mm-hmm. All of this, the owner says that, and then you let it happen. You sitting there smug, smiling. You let it happen.
It's gonna get him fired.
The owner doubles down and says, "No, I'm not firing my GM or my coach. Coach wasn't in that room. You didn't make that comment to the coach. You made that comment to the GM. Now, you've made multiple bad choices because we should have never got him, but that was with Gettleman. It took you forever to fire Gettleman.
He gonna fire that GM.
He gonna fire. He said he wasn't, but he got to fire.
Shit, he gonna fire.
He got to fire.
Can I get an amen?
Yeah, I mean, and then you got people like Neighbors, right? Neighbors, you played halfway through this. You've been hurt. You've been this. You've been there smacking on gum, talking about talk to Dayball, dude. Say something articulate or don't say anything at all.
Talk to Dayball.
Right. So I understand he had a conversation with the coach or whatever. I get it. You're frustrated. Somebody threw a mic in your face after the game. Sometimes you just say, I have no comment.
Dude was hotter than fish grease.
Yeah.
That's all he could come up with.
What did you expect? You wasn't getting the ball from the $40 million quarterback. So you think you're going to get it from the 50-cent quarterback?
No. Is it 50 cent or 25?
He ain't that. Now, talking about him, I say he may show up. I think some places that he could show up. He could show up that they're in need and he's healthy, right?
I mean,
the Raiders.
To me,
waivers today.
So let me be clear. To me, DeVito is a very serviceable backup. I don't want to be disrespectful.
He's a backup, serviceable backup.
He's
Listen to what she's saying, serviceable backup.
That's what I said on purpose. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be disrespectful because it's not fair to hold him up against these starters, these Burrows, and you know what I mean, and these Lamars. That's not fair. He's a very serviceable. You can't even say his name
with them.
I know it. But so I'm being respectful.
Right. If you're gonna say something, say his name with some other backups. He's not even a Tyrod Taylor.
That's a true story.
So Giants, we're done. But I needed to go on that rant and get that out of my system. Let's talk about next week.
Let's talk about it.
All right, we play, y'all. Who cares, right?
Because hell is Rush against DeVito. I'm sorry, Lord.
I just put that game
Come
out there
on
just to
now.
put it out there because it's happening on Thanksgiving, ain't it?
Moving on. Hell, I
Yeah.
don't even want to address that.
The Bears and the Lions. The Bears. I promise you, if there was no luck at all, I mean, that ain't the saying. I'm about to mess it up.
I'm finna say you. What is that? I was finna fry your ass too. I was waiting for you to finish it.
I ain't gonna finish it.
If there was no luck, what?
If it wasn't for bad luck, they wouldn't have no luck at all.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to do a President Bush. Fool me once. Yeah.
Fool me twice. Fool me 5 times. Fool me.
Yeah. I was getting ready to go down the rabbit hole.
Yes.
But I feel bad for him. It's like, goodness.
Yeah.
You thinking you got a game and it's like, oh, here we go. Hail Mary. Oh, here we go. Missed field goal up. It's like,
yeah. But
did that just happen?
I'm not even gonna lie though. So many people, I like to say that my nephew here for hater of the year. A lot of time can feel like a lot of people hate on him, but boy, they seem like they overjoyed when Caleb lose. I'm a lot of people. I think, dog.
People say his arrogance. You can say confidence, arrogance. I think a lot of people. I'm a big Caleb fan.
I am too. I mean, I'm like, this dude got potential, and y'all clapping at his.
People love to see people fail.
I can't stand him. I'm like, God dang, dude.
They love to see people fail.
Oh yeah,
that's terrible.
Like, he'll be okay though, because he probably the type of cat that feed off that. Like, oh, y'all gonna wait till this shit get turned around. We finna make this happen. Hey, Yeah,
he definitely.
He keeping a card. He taking names.
He taking names.
Check mark. Yeah, he
Dolphins and the Packers Thursday night.
I'm going with the Dolphins.
Really?
Said it quick, fast, with confidence.
Okay, I'm opposite of you on that.
Let's make it happen.
Okay, that's number 2 for us. Let's see. Who else we want to pick? The Eagles and the Ravens next Sunday.
Woo!
Say it again. Do it again for me. Do it again.
Whoa. You made me. Don't make me get it.
Eagles and the Ravens. Who you got?
It's gonna hurt me because you know how I got a love for a particular player, but I'm gonna say it. Eagles.
Eagles. Okay.
I'm going with the Eagles.
Okay.
And I'm going with them Eagles.
If the Ravens are healthy, if their defense is healthy, I'm going with they gotta have Roquan Smith. If they're healthy, I'm going with the Ravens. If they're missing anything on their defense,
let's talk about that though a little bit. How did you match that up in your head? Like, I went real quick and I went Saquon, Henry.
Because I missed them last night. There were things that happened in that game that Smith wasn't there, that would not have happened in that game. He fills those gaps.
Okay.
So if you have those gaps like they had last night, they're gonna eat you up.
All right.
Saquon gonna eat you up. So if you have him there, that dude's a beast. Roquan Smith is a beast.
Absolutely.
So I look at that and I'm like,
just uncut bear meat, just bear, just
That's it.
Bear.
That's it. All right, them games we going with.
That's it. That's all we need to go with.
What are you watching?
Actually, I'm watching. I'm going back and watching a few things, but this is the embarrassing thing that I'm watching. I watched the whole thing because I'm a fan of the original movie. I watched Cruel Intentions series, and I want to tell everybody that outside of the lead characters, Sarah, Catherine, you're not gonna want to see that. That's one that I'm gonna tell you not to watch unless you're a fan of Sarah Catherine. That's it. Everything about that show is not where it needs to be. It's miscast. I think the brother is miscast. He looked like he a whole 12 years old. He's supposed to be seductive to grown women. It just doesn't work. So don't waste your time like I did. I binge watched the whole thing because I was determined that some of these episodes had to get good, that was going to get better. It's going to get better. And before I knew it, it didn't happen. And the series was over and I was throwing up in my mouth because I had lost 8 hours of my life. I couldn't get back.
Okay. All
So
right.
stay away from.
We're gonna tell you what to watch and what not to watch.
Exactly. And I'm a huge fan of the lead character, but she could not save that.
Mm.
Often we'll have a series where you have a star and that star just can't it can't make it
Pull
happen.
together.
She did her job, but the rest of them need to be fired.
Wow. Okay.
True story. Oh, actually, there's one other character in there. I take that back. There's another girl in there that plays like the sorority. She's good at her job. The rest of them need to be fired. So
Okay.
I'll give her props.
Okay. All right. I'm watching Cross. Alex Cross. I'm not all the way through on prime time, but I'm hooked. I think if you watch episode 1, you're going to be hooked. Aldis Hodge, absolutely fantastic actor. You got Ryan Eagle from what was he on for a long time? The hospital show. He was also on the Blacklist. He was there. I just got a good cast, and everybody's pulling their weight on this. It's just, and Juanita Jennings, I mean, she pops up all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, Nana Mama. You'll know her when you see her, but he's very good. Everything I've watched him in, I really like, you know, the stuff that he's been in. He's good. This is really, really good.
I keep hearing that from everybody is telling me to watch that, and come to as soon as we log off, I'll start it.
Yeah,
because that's what I'm gonna be with you next week.
Okay, because you remember him from Leverage. He was on Leverage for years.
I remember.
And he's been on a bunch of stuff, but he's really, really good. That's definitely worth watching. So tune in to that. That is my recommendation for the week. Tanisha, you got any closing thoughts?
Yeah, remember, don't watch Cruel Intentions unless you really like the lead character, because it's not gonna get better, people. It's just gonna be slow all the way through. Before you know it, you're gonna be sad about your life because you done messed up and lost some time. That's it. That's my closing thoughts. Is that bad?
My closing thoughts are, we got a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of madness going on. I see some cabinet picks that you're like, really? That's who's gonna lead us here, lead us there. You know, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do in your area, campaign in your area. I know we just had an election, but there are things that we can do, you know, just as regular citizens that we don't see are right. Speak up, speak out. Yeah. But the one thing that you have to do, I think that we should do, we can't continue to divide. We've got to figure out a way to come together. Now, everybody ain't going to come together. I'm not a fool. I'm a realist. I'm not a fool, but I can't look at this person and just assume this. I can't look at that person and assume that. So we shouldn't do that. So I go back to what we always say is, please try to be kind, be blessed, because it's free. And what do we always say? Until next time, peace. Thank you for tuning in to Two Gems and a Mic. Be sure to subscribe and follow. Until next time, remember, be kind, be blessed. Peace.